I'm Miss Jenny here at the War Museum. Today we're going to be learning about our five senses and how we use those in nature. I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our five senses. And before we name what those five senses are, I want you to think about when you get a new toy or you go somewhere new, how do you figure out what's going on? How do you learn about what it is? So if this little deer was my new toy, I take a look at it, I kind of feel it. Doesn't make any sounds. It smells pretty normal and I'm not going to taste it today. That's how you explore things. Feel it, you look at it, see if it makes any noise, see what you hear, see what it smells like, and in some cases, you taste it. So we use our five senses to explore the world around us. Let's try to name the five senses. The first one has to do with our eyes. What's that one? Seeing, our sense of sight. How about with our nose? Smelling. How about with our mouth? Tasting, that's right. Our ears, we use that to hear. And our hands, we use that to feel, that's right. Five senses that we use to explore the world around us. For our lesson today, we're going to use those five senses in nature. How do you think we'll do that? How are we going to use our senses in nature? Think about that. The first thing we're going to do is a game. This game is called the Raccoon Touch Game. For this game, we're going to pretend to be like raccoons. Raccoons have a really good sense of touch. Their hands actually look kind of like ours. Raccoons aren't able to see very well, so they use their sense of touch a lot. It's really important to them. So we're going to pretend to be raccoons and really think hard about our sense of touch for this game. So here's how it works. I have some paper bags here, and inside these paper bags is a mystery item. I'm going to reach in and feel it with my hands to try and decide what it is, and I'll tell you what it feels like. Then once it's out of the bag, we can use our other senses. How does this paper bag stop me from using one of my senses? That's right, I can't see. I can't see what's in here. So we're gonna depend on our hands, on our touch. So let's see what is in here. Feels dry. It's kind of big. A little scratchy maybe. There's some bumps, it's a little rough. Remember, all of these are things that we can find in nature too. So keep that in mind when you're guessing. Let's take it out and see what it is. It's a leaf. It's a dried old leaf. Feels rough, kind of scratchy. I can even hear the sounds that it makes when I touch it. Do you hear that? We can also see what it looks like. It's kind of a brown color. It's got some spots on it. Some pieces have broken off. You can see the veins. So we used our sense of sight and hearing. We can even smell it. The smell reminds me of fall time. Of leaves that have fallen to the ground. So that's the first one, a leaf. Let's see what's in our next bag. Well, let's feel what's in our next bag, I should say. So is this something? It's kind of a round shape. It's long. Kind of bumpy. It's long and kind of thin. Kind of round and bumpy. Let's see what it is. A stick. This stick is very bumpy. You can see it's got lots of little bumps on it. You can even smell it. Smells like a stick. Smells kind of like a tree. Very bumpy. I like feeling this. All right, let's look at our next bag. Ooh, this is a small object, and it's prickly, very prickly. Almost hurts to squeeze it. Smallish, kind of round, prickly. Let's see what it is. What is this? Do you know what this is called? It's a pine cone. Pine cones hold the seeds for pine trees inside here. It's very prickly on my hands. Very prickly. Some of the pieces are falling off. It smells like the outside. You can see all the different shapes. It's very cool. Pine cones are very cool. All right, let's look at another. Here we go. Ooh, this is an interesting one. It's got a lot of small pieces. You can kind of hear it, the sound it's making in the bag. A lot of long, thin pieces. Let's take it out. Ooh. Do you know what this is? These are pine needles, and it's even got some little tiny pine cones on there too. They're very smooth, they almost feel like hair. You can even count how many pine needles are in a little bundle. See how many are here. 1, 2, 3. That means it probably came from a red pine tree. Now, pine trees, I think, smell really good. Love that smell. Very piney. It's really pretty too. Nice green color and the kind of brownish color here. All right, we have one more mystery bag. Here it is. Ooh, these feel a little rough and sticky almost. They aren't very hard, very squishable. I can squeeze it in my hands. Let's see what it is. It's not spaghetti, it's grass. These are a bunch of pieces of grass. Long, thin pieces. When I move my hand this way on it, it feels rough and scratchy. This way it feels even more rough and scratchy. Towards the end it's not as scratchy. The grass smells good. Reminds me of summertime. It's a nice smell. You can also see what color this is. It's a beautiful, bright spring green. It's very nice. When I put my hands on it, I can even hear the rough sound. Can you hear it? So that's our mystery bag activity. This is a really fun activity, and you can try it at home. All you need are paper bags. You can use smaller ones if that would be better. And some items that you find out in nature, or even that you find around the house. It's really good so you can really use that sense of touch. For that last activity, we really got to use our sense of touch. Really get to practice that. Now for this next one, we're going to get to use our sense of sight. That's right. For this activity, we also get to go outside, which is awesome. I always love that. So for this, you're going to want to have something with a hard surface, maybe like a magazine like I have here, or you can use a clipboard. And you're going to want to either print out or make your own one of these books. So this one has a nice cover on it. It says your name, Ward Museum. This is the most important part. This is how we're going to use our sense of sight. We're going to look out in nature for these colors. So when you see something blue, what do you think is one thing that's blue that you might see that's outside? Maybe the sky? So when you see something blue, I want you to take a pencil or a crayon or whatever, that's another thing you need to bring with you, and mark a line right here. If you see another thing that's blue, you can do another line. Those are called tallies. And you're going to keep doing this for all the colors that you find. So take an adult with you and go on a nice walk and use your sense of sight to really notice where all these colors are. And if you don't find one color, maybe it'll be kind of hard to find pink if there aren't a lot of flowers out yet. That's okay. Just use your eyes and do your very best to see what you can find. So go ahead, go on outside, put some shoes on, get all your materials, and walk around outside and try to find all of these colors. Good luck! While you're outside, also, don't forget to use your other senses. We're mostly focusing on our sense of sight for finding the colors, but also see what you can hear. What do you think you might hear while you're outside? What are some sounds? You'll have to let me know what you hear. Also, think about things that you can touch too. Make sure that it's safe to touch it. But there's a lot of things that you can feel with your hands, a lot of things that we use as nature items. Maybe you can find a pine cone and see how pokey it is, or a stick, or a leaf. Maybe you can find some of those and use your sense of touch too. So while you're out there, also smell. Smell's a great sense to use in nature too. I love the smell of fall time. I love the smell of flowers, the smell of the forest, or after the lawn gets mowed, that smell of fresh cut grass. So use your sense of smell too. Have fun. How was your walk? I hope you had a lot of fun. Now that we're back inside, we're just going to finish up a couple of these questions, or you can even do this outside if you want to. So first of all, on this page, it says, how many senses do we have? Let's count them. We have our sense of sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch. That's right, that's 5 senses. So you can write a big number 5 on this page, and I'll write one too. So you can see there's a nice number 5. Also on the last page of this book, it asks you to draw your favorite thing that you learned about on your hike. So you can draw a picture of it. You can also tell me about it, because I'd love to know. What did you see? Did you find all the colors? Which color did you find the most things of? Which color had the most lines next to it? How about, did you hear anything special while you were out there? Did you hear birds? Or maybe cars? Maybe people talking? Or a dog barking? How about, did you smell anything? Did you smell anything nice while you were out there? Maybe some flowers? How about touch? Did you get to feel anything? Feel the grass or feel the sidewalk? Some wood chips? That sounds like a lot of fun. While you're drawing your favorite thing that you learned about on your hike, I just want to talk a little bit about taste in nature. So we didn't get to taste a whole lot of things today in nature. It's really important when you're outside not to eat anything unless an adult has told you for sure that it's okay. It's never a good idea to put things in nature in your mouth. It can make you feel really, really yucky and even get sick. So if you want to add taste to what we've been doing today, you can get up and get a snack or something. And that will be your sense of taste for the day. If you had a lot of fun today with the scavenger hunt and using your 5 senses, you should try making your own scavenger hunt. You can include things that you might hear and things that you might smell, things you might touch, and if it's safe and real human food, things you can taste too. That would be a fun thing to include if you make your own scavenger hunt. You can even make it inside if you'd like. But it's a lot of fun to explore nature with all of your senses. It really makes you feel like you're a part of nature. So I hope you had fun today. I know I did. And make sure every time that you can, you use your senses while you're out exploring nature. Thanks.